Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kevin Gianni from the Renegade Health Show, and today is Tuesday, and today we are going to address a question that many of you ask all the time. But first, I want to address two things from yesterday's show. So that meaning these two things are going to be things that I address as well. Get it? All right, here we go. Number one is this, is that I move all the time. I know a few of you are commenting that I was doing the pee-pee dance. I wasn't doing the pee-pee dance, but I was moving, and I sometimes have no idea that I am. And if you ever see me sitting down somewhere, you'll probably always see me fiddling with something with my hands. You'll see me shaking my leg. You will see me doing something that is classified as motion because I cannot sit still. So I apologize for moving so frequently, probably uncontrollable unless you put me in a straitjacket. Number two, I want to address that you can brew kombucha with raw honey. There's a lot of misinformation out there. You can brew kombucha with raw honey. It's been done. I will be interviewing. We just sent out an email to a guy who has done some incredible research about kombucha. We're going to be interviewing him further on, probably the beginning of next year, on a Wednesday night series about kombucha and how you can brew it with honey as well as other things, and about some myths and facts about kombucha. So we will get in touch with him and we will do an interview. But you can brew it with honey. Honey is antimicrobial, but it is not a destroy everything on contact type of antimicrobial. So we have to be aware of that. Not all the natural substances do have that destroy on contact type action. That's the word I'm looking for. So not all of them have that, and so we have to know, yes, it does have some antimicrobial properties. It might actually take longer for it to for the culture to grow, but it will actually ferment, and I prefer a raw honey kombucha to a regular sugar type kombucha, because if you're drinking it before all the sugar is eaten by the bacteria, then you are getting the sugar too, and that's what's happening with a lot of these store-bought kombuchas, and that's why this Healing Springs honey kombucha, raw honey kombucha, Healing Springs raw honey kombucha. The website is broken. I don't know. I mean, you have to I don't know how you get it. You have to go to the store and ask them to find it and then figure out how to get it to them. So I don't know how to get it. We just found it here at the co-op in Fairfax, California, Good Earth. So if you're in Marin County, you can come and you can get it, but I don't know how to get it otherwise, because there's no number. The website's broken. They might not even produce it anymore. Who knows? But that's the one that we found, and that's the one that we thought was okay. But again, I don't think we want to be drinking kombucha every day. Unless we have some sort of health challenge that requires us to drink kombucha, and who knows what that is. But anyway, let's get into what I wanted to talk about today, which I did want to talk about those things, but let's get into the main point of what I want to talk about today, is tooth care. Tooth care is a big issue with raw fooders. A lot of people have tooth challenges. A lot of people have pain in their teeth. A lot of people have discoloration in their teeth, and I will tell you that I've had both of those things as I was experimenting with a raw food diet, so I have a little bit of insight. One thing I do want to tell you, that if you do have any pain in your teeth, I strongly recommend you go to a holistic dentist and you let them look at it, and don't self-diagnose yourself, because the way that cavities work is that if your tooth is rotting on the inside and there's a very small opening on the outside, you don't know the extent of the rot, and it could really turn into something that's very awful, and you could really require some pretty awful surgery. And generally, from what I've heard from the two holistic dentists that I've interviewed, is that you don't want to mess around with cavities. A lot of people say, oh, well, I'm just going to try to get rid of it myself. I would be very cautious about that. I would definitely check with your dentist and see what he or she says first. But our own tooth protocol is something that we've worked on for a long time, something that we've had to find what works for us. And specifically, when my teeth started to hurt, the first thing that I was doing, that I realized that I was doing, is I was drinking my green smoothie with plenty of fruit from 9 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock, and I was just basically taking a quart or maybe even more of smoothie and just drinking that all along that time period, so from 9 to 2. So that's literally 5 hours of smoothie rushing across my teeth. That's a bad protocol. The best thing that you want to do if you are drinking a smoothie is sit down, drink it in one sitting. I don't necessarily think that we need to drink it out of straws, because we still need to chew our smoothie. We still need to get our saliva going, so we need to get those enzymes into the smoothie to actually start to break it down. But we do want to chew our smoothie, and we want to make sure that within like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, just as long as it would take you to eat a regular meal, you want to be done with your smoothie no matter how big it is. And then what you want to do is you want to wash your mouth out. So you either want to rinse it out with water, or you want to wash it out with something that's going to actually get some of the fruit acidity off of your teeth. It's very important. The other thing that was happening to me is that my teeth were starting to turn greenish yellow. And I looked in the mirror one day and they were just so greenish yellow. I almost freaked out. I thought that maybe I had gone to the point where it was just absolutely irreversible. And what I found out is that if you use a certain type of abrasive type substance, maybe like a baking soda plus minerals, that can actually help bring your teeth back to the color that you want. So if you're drinking a lot of green juice, you're drinking a lot of green smoothies, you might see your teeth changing color. What we use is a tooth brightener by the Tooth Soap Company, and this has not only baking soda, but it also has calcium and magnesium. And what's really cool about the teeth is that the teeth actually do, this is really strange, but it's true, and I've read about it in literally now probably about 50 different places, that your teeth actually do attract minerals, okay? So that's going to be the easiest way to explain it. Your teeth do attract minerals. So if you brush minerals over your teeth, they will actually become part of your teeth. Really kind of fascinating type of theory, but it's not a theory. It actually does happen. And so this can help rebuild your teeth. Now, first off, we want to work on our diet. That's the most important thing, because we want to have an alkaline type environment in our body so our teeth aren't decaying and our body isn't taking minerals from our bones to actually create an alkaline environment. But your teeth do actually take minerals on. So something like this, just baking soda might not be enough. You can actually take something that has calcium and magnesium that actually bond to the teeth and actually help rebuild your teeth, which is really powerful stuff. So that's good. And the other thing that we do to wash our teeth is we do use this tooth soap product. What we like about the tooth soap product is that you get your teeth nice and clean. You use that every day. Only use like 1 or 2 drops, because if you use a full dropper's full, you'll look like a rabid dog instantly. I mean, because the soap really kind of builds up. The soap will actually help destroy some bacteria, and it'll get your teeth really clean, and it'll allow them to be able to absorb minerals so they can rebuild. So these are the 2 things that we use very specifically. We also use dental floss. The one thing about the abrasive, and we did a show with Katrina Blair talking about a natural type, sand, it was a clay, Emery, it was a clay type horsetail, type tooth wash. You don't want to use abrasives often. You want to use them, well, depending on what your situation is, and you can notice and you'll see what's going on in your mouth. But you want to use abrasive. We use abrasives about once a week, because if you're using abrasives every day, they can actually do more damage. They can actually wear down the enamel more than they can actually help protect or keep your teeth white. So I hope you enjoyed that. Was that good enough, Anne-Marie? All right. So your question of the day is tell us your tooth protocol. Go ahead and post it down below. This is Kevin Gianni. We do have some of these products available if you do want to check them out. Kevin Gianni from the Renegade Health Show. Together we can change the health of the world, one show at a time.